Everyone will obviously not near good enough, not even close. That's on me. And obviously, you got to do a much better job preparing our club and getting them where they need to be for a quality opponent, obviously, that we had tonight in Oregon State. So, I wear that completely. Need to do a much better job. Need to have a much better week of preparation as we move forward for a really, really talented Cal team that obviously went down to SEC country today and got a big win. That will be riding high. So we got to do a great job bouncing back. Like just told the guys, hey, every opportunity we're going to win and we're going to learn. And obviously, you got to learn lessons as you move through this thing. And the adversity that we face tonight is a part of it. And we can grow and we can become closer and tighter through that. And looking forward to that next step in this process as we do that collectively as a team.
What ultimately was kind of the downfall of the offense tonight?
Just our overall inefficiency, right? When we got behind the schedule, in the chains again for various reasons, and when we're off schedule that way, it makes it hard to stay, where you need to be, and then obviously have a D&D that's manageable on third down. When you're putting yourselves behind the chains, it leads to obviously an output of 2 for 12 on third down. And again, that comes to the plan that we're putting in place for normal down and distance, so we can stay on schedule early in those situations, so we can have more manageable third downs and be more successful in those areas.
How much of those offensive penalties in the first half really affect your guys' ability to get a rhythm going on offense?
Yeah, anytime you have those self-inflicted wounds, they really hurt, right? The Aztecs beat the Aztecs in a lot of areas tonight when it came to those penalties in particular. And again, it puts you behind the chains, well off schedule, and against a quality team and a quality opponent, then they can sit back and they can rally and they can gain tackle, right? So again, that comes back to, us doing a great job as a staff, me in particular, making sure that we're putting our guys in the best position to be successful and doing the things that they do best, play in and play out.
You had 3 different guys play left guard today. Obviously, you had another one last week with injury. Is that a position that you're, obviously continuing to evaluate there?
Yeah, obviously losing Joe for the season, right, has created some stress points for us, right? And so we're looking to see now, as we're moving the pieces around that we do have that are available, what is the best collection that we can put out there? What's the best 5 that see the game most cohesively together through the same set of eyes so that we can be on the same page and we can play and we can be efficient in the manner in which we want to be. And they don't quit, right? I thought it was an unbelievable effort. At no point in time did I see anyone kind of hanging their heads or anything like that. They're going to fight. They're going to be resilient. We challenge them to respond, and they've done that in each asset and each facet of the game. Now, we need to do it at a higher level, right? But there's a desire to compete. They're a connected group, and I'm looking forward to seeing that bond continue to grow, right? The great bonds are formed under heat and pressure, right? Obviously, we're feeling a little bit of heat, a little bit of pressure for the very first time, right? Awesome, cool, great. Let's embrace that, and let's become, together, right, as a unit, as a team, through this adversity, through these trials and tribulations, right, that come with this deal as we go, right? So looking forward to, again, the way that we respond. That's what we've shown week after week, that we have a good response, that we will bounce back, we'll learn from these hard lessons, and unfortunately, again, it's part of this deal as you go. As you step in the arena, there's going to be moments, right? I wish that we could go undefeated. Everyone does each and every single year, but there's going to be some times where obviously you're gonna wear it. I don't love that at all, obviously, and need to prepare better and learn and grow as we move forward.
Coach, you got the big play in the third period, pass down to Brown, and then the fumble down at the 2-yard line. What went wrong on that play?
I just need to do a better job with ball security on that, obviously, right? We tell our kids all the time, in all phases, that when in trouble, you double up. The ball's a little bit low and loose. And so, again, we got to continue to emphasize that as we go. Obviously, just at a critical moment there, it obviously was poor timing as we went forward with it. But just got to do a great job chinning the ball and doubling up so we don't have that momentum swing there.
Coach, you're here for a reason. They were 4-8 last year. You lost 42 players and brought in 48. It's going to take time. Could you give us a little history lesson here of when you were head coach before and how your system kind of grew as the season goes? Do you have a time frame kind of on your own time? Of course, you got a young quarterback as well, but talk a little bit about your system, how long it normally takes for guys to feel comfortable.
Yeah, it usually takes, depending on how many opportunities and reps that you get at all of it, right? We want to press the issue and make sure that it's rolling and going full steam as fast as possible, right? So, we're able to get some guys in here and able to get them rolling and operating, but obviously it takes reps to accumulate all the answers that we need to have built into it. And again, we got to do a great job as a staff feeding those guys the proper answers with all of it, but we want to have it happen yesterday, right? We want to have it happen, as soon as possible, and we're going to press that issue as we go forward with it. I'm not going to put a timetable one way or the other of when it's going to happen or when it's not going to happen, right? But we're going to continue to work with urgency each and every single day to make it happen right now.
How much of your total offense do you have in right now?
We've installed all of it, right? But then we're very select in terms of what we carry into each plan. Yeah, I mean, we got to do a great job being efficient when we have the ball, right? I mean, that's if you're inefficient offensively because of the plan that we've put together, right, and we can't operate that at a high level, then you put the ball back, obviously, in their side of the sideline, all right, and in their court, and allow them to dictate the terms and the pace of play, right? But if we're able to operate to the efficiency that I know that we're capable of because of the plan that we put in place, then we can play the game on our terms and in the way that we want to play it, right? So it comes down to, again, ultimately our execution, our understanding of the plan, and us putting together a great plan for the kids to be successful, and then going out and executing that play after play after play to have sustained success and to operate in the manner in which that we want to and that we know, again, that we're capable of.
When you have the ball, you described it earlier, you guys played up tempo at that moment. Did you feel like you had an advantage playing fast, especially in the red zone? On hindsight, would you like to maybe slow it down?
No, I felt like our kids are most comfortable when we have the momentum, right? Have the defense back on their heels a little bit, and they feel comfortable operating in that reality. And again, it's one hard lesson to learn. That again we're going to experience that, we're going to grow from.
Sean, what does Oregon State do so well with the run game that makes it so good?
They create extra gas with the hats that they bring into the condensed sets, right? And they do a good job forcing you to prepare for a couple different things in terms of their under center game and then from the gun as well in their Q run game. But they're a physical unit up front that again creates extra gaps with those extra hats. And again over time, we just need to continue to play with our keys and do it at a higher level. But I thought our defense, again, they did a great job. Again, it's all interconnected, right, to where those opportunities come to where we can, get first down, stay on the field, not put as much stress on them. There's far too many 3-and-outs, right, so that they're not exposed as much as they were because then the production obviously increases as their play count went up, and ours was staying pretty stagnant.
What happened on that punt? Was that supposed to be a fake punt? Because normally when a punter runs, he runs to the side to punt it. The guy ran straight ahead and punted right, and the guy got blocked. What happened on that?
No, not a fake. It was a good job. They added in from the edge late and made it a good play. Yeah, he wasn't.
Other than that play, how did you talk about Tyler Sdsu and his next one?
Yeah, I thought he struck the ball well, obviously flipped the field and gave us a chance, but, in that phase of the game.
Chris Johnson, obviously, they had a lot of opportunities, little team tackles, really put up from a corner, not giving up a lot of things, and he was coming up. What did you see from him?
Yeah, we knew that those guys were going to be, asked to add into the fit, again, with those condensed splits and the way that they, force you to fit the runs. And Chris was a willing competitor that was, obviously stepped up to the challenge in that regard and then still did an elite job in coverage as well. So, he's a kid that continues to grow, continues to take strides, and a guy that I know that we can count on.
What did you see from your freshman QB? Obviously, the competitor that you described, you'll probably remember this a lot longer than the rest of us will.
Yeah.
What did you see from him?
Yeah, I mean, there's probably no one more disappointed in that locker room right now than him, right? I mean, he is a relentless competitor, and he fought through, an injury, and he played through, that pain, and again, still gave us a chance and a lot of different opportunities, and again, showed composure, showed resolve, and again, he'll learn and he'll grow through this as well.
What does it do when he's limping, and then the next two plays he pulls one, and then the next one he leaps over somebody? He has that and helping him to endear himself to the older guys and earn respect to see that competitiveness.
Yeah, I mean, I think you hit the nail on the head, right? I mean, he's willing to sacrifice his own body. We got to be smart about that. We talk about, necessary hits versus unnecessary hits when it comes to those things, obviously within that position. But again, he's going to fight, he's going to scrap, and those guys are going to rally around him because of those things.
Was that an injury that he brought to the game, or was that an injury early in the game?
No, it happened earlier in the game on one of those first conversions on third down on the screen where he got rolled up on.
Your defense has kept you in the game, at least in the first half of the last 2 weeks. But this time around, no turnovers, no sacks. What do they need to do to generate a little bit more of resistance in that sense against the offense?
I mean, I thought they did an unbelievable job tonight, and again, it's all connected, all three phases, right, to where a lot of those guys are giving us snaps on special teams. Obviously, they played a bunch defensively today, right? I mean, but, again, they do a great job of hunting the football. There's a lot of hats flying to the ball. They're working to get the ball out and generate those turnovers. There's a couple opportunities where the one, came out, but it went out of bounds on their sideline and everything. There's a couple others that, were jostling out there, that they were able to just hang on to a little bit. But, again, like the effort that they play with, the positions that they're in, I'm pleased, with where they're at. Obviously, we all can play better in all three phases with it, right? But, those guys are competing at a really high level, and it's going to take all of us in all three phases to put a complete game together.